So the Melbourne United only have one roster spot available now after elevating Malif Maker to like the main roster now. Maker was in that DP position and now he gets that elevated final position, like that final roster spot that is in that third import, which is good that the fact that Melbourne are keeping their development players, they're actually growing their players. He's more than likely going into that Tanner Krebs kind of role. Like now Tanner Krebs is going to be in that main rotation. So let's have a look at their roster. Like they're looking pretty solid. They're looking like pretty much well rounded. All they are missing right now is that third import, and that is going to be that starting center because they really need that. Otherwise, they are going to struggle. Other than the fact that they are missing that center, which hopefully is going to get filled by the end of Summer League, that's probably something that's in the works right now. The starting lineup does look pretty solid, having Shea Ely, Milton Doyle, Chris Goulding, and Finn Delaney. Now, Melbourne are probably banking right now that Finn Delaney is going to end up playing like his first stint in the NBL, not the second stint with all the injuries, and he's going to get back into his prime form because that could end up being like the difference maker in this lineup. From them being like a top 4 team to a playing team. And the bench as well is actually looking really solid. Like Tyson Walker coming in as that import, pretty much taking over the Ian Clark role. We'll see how he ends up. Like it is his first season, so the fact that he's coming off the bench is actually really nice. Like they're not putting too much pressure on him because they do have Milton Doyle, Shea Ely. And the return of Tom Wilson, that is going to be a big question mark. Hopefully it does work out. The former, like he was meant to be like the next big thing, didn't really work out in the NBL. Played in the AFL, like played a couple of games, didn't really work out in the AFL. Come back to the NBL, and hopefully this time it does work out. Like he's looked really good in the NBL one, so hopefully that is like a good sign. They've also got Tanner Krebs, Carball, and they are returning. They've been very staple. They've been like really good bench rotation pieces, which is like a very big thing that you need for a lot of like NBL teams now. Like who would have thought bench is like the bench pieces makes or breaks a roster now. Then there's Savion Krislovic. He's just like that backup center, pretty much taking over what Rob Lowe was last year. And the next Dash Daniels, he's looking like he's not even going to be like a main staple in their rotation. Like he's definitely going to get some minutes, but I'd imagine it'd be more like the 5 minutes a night, like to start him off. But then injuries will probably more than likely happen. Like it is good to have somebody like him. I know it's bad to say because the Shea Ely situation that does tend to happen, that does tend to become a bit of a problem with like the concussions. Hopefully he does have a better season without that issue, but it is a concern. So having like somebody like Dash Daniels is always good. But let's see how they round out this roster. Let's see who they get as that starting center. Not sure who it's going to be. Haven't really seen too much like news about who the potential starting import center could be, but that is going to make or break this roster, I think. Anyway, Melbourne fans, how are you feeling about this roster right now? It honestly was a bit shaky at first, but I think they've kind of like had a bit of a good comeback and like very good mix of players.